So this is one of the main entrances to the Millennium Stadium from the city centre, coming from Quay Street and Westgate Street. The entrance is far larger than the WRU needs, so they plan to transform the area with a multi-million-pound development.
Well, what we're hoping to do is to create a new part to the city, a new public space for the city, which will regenerate this part of Cardiff. When the Millennium Stadium was constructed, we've got a bit of a missing tooth on Westgate Street, because when the Millennium Stadium was constructed, the old tax office building here was demolished in order to create the ramps and the access up to the building itself. That's left a pretty poor environment, really, for what is actually a world-class stadium behind me. So the idea is that we can make a brand new public space, a fantastic new part of Cardiff, on an access from Quay Street that comes into the stadium, and that would be a new front door for the stadium itself. Now, clearly, in order to do that, there would be a building scheme that would be generated and created, and that would be a mix of probably some office space. We think a hotel, restaurants and bars, although more restaurants than bars, at ground floor level onto the plaza, and quite a bit of new apartments for the city. And together those would create a new scheme that would envelop this public space and create the entrance into the stadium itself.
Of course, those developments would be either side of us in what looks like a kind of small area, but it's deceptively large, isn't it?
The site area here is 2.2 acres. It's much larger than it seems from Westgate Street, and actually much larger than when you stand on it even. So there's quite a bit of development potential here. There's been offers, the union have had offers from hotel groups already over the last few years to build new development here, but the really important thing is that the quality of this development is right. Because otherwise, if we had, say, a 2-star hotel, then there's going to be bedrooms and things at ground floor level which won't work with the space we have. It needs to interact properly with the stadium building. There needs to be a financial legacy for the union to invest back into the game. That's what the union are here for. So they are looking for that commitment from the scheme. But obviously they want something that will complement the stadium, that will work well with the city and bring people to this spot to enjoy the new development that is here. Wouldn't it be fabulous if we had a museum of rugby, a museum of world rugby, even better than, say, Welsh rugby in a way, that would be something that would draw people here. It's not actually on what the architects call a desire line. It's not on a line that people walk to and from the city on. So in order for restaurants to thrive here, then it has to be a destination. Now, on event days, whether that's match days or concerts, then that would be no problem at all. The important thing is, will this be a destination on non-event days? And in order for that to happen, the new public space that we create has to be absolutely top quality, and the cultural venue might be a great draw for that as well.
And of course, for this area of the city centre, we're seeing the Central Square redevelopment as well. This area is going to totally transform, isn't it?
Oh, I think Central Square over the next 10, 20 years will absolutely transform this city beyond our imaginations at the moment. I think that is a game changer for the city, Central Square, and I think when the impact on Westgate Street, because the Central Square development will come quite close to this part of Westgate Street. Westgate Street is full of fabulous old buildings, and they just need a bit of help. So this scheme will regenerate the whole of Westgate Street, no doubt about that.
So this area of the Millennium Stadium coming from Westgate Street is going to be transformed. It'll have offices, a hotel, even restaurants, maybe even a cultural centre. Of course, already down the other end of Westgate Street, plans are fully ahead to transform Central Square. This whole area of central Cardiff will be totally revamped. This is Jeff Collins for Hello Cardiff at the Millennium Stadium.